All right. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the channel, Shelly's Millions. I owe coldest water. I owe the coldest water 5 more videos. So this one will be a sponsored one. I wish I could get the whole bottle in, but now my head's chopped off. Anyway, so this is going to be sponsored by the coldest water. I always have a link in my description how you can enter to win a free water bottle. And if you just want to buy a water bottle, if you use the code MILLIONS, which is the coolest discount code ever, you get 10% off your entire order. Okay, now let's get into your unemployment questions or just chat for the night. There's only 12 of you in here, so I should be able to get to a lot of your questions tonight. And I'm so sorry I had to reschedule this. My mom has a doctor's appointment tomorrow, and you guys know my internet's funky at work, so I didn't even try today. Hello, Hirity. Hello, Rasar. New Delta COVID variant spreading. It's the one from India. Do you think that this can cause another mass disruption in our economic recovery? Slow down returning to fully staffed. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a health expert at all. I've been to India. Like, it would be very easy for a disease to spread there. And a lot of people can't read. So it might be hard to get information out to the people in the small villages, but the people in the small villages, they take the trains, and at rush hour, you have to push into the train. It's like if you want on the train, you literally, like, it's packed, right? Like sausages. You're like this. And if you want in, you just push, you literally like shove your body in between. So when you're packed like that, it would be easy for a disease to spread. I hope that it doesn't come here. There are some studies that I've read that say that the vaccines that are available in the US will protect against variants, but I don't know. I hope not. Like, I'm done with dealing with the EDD. I feel like you guys are done with dealing with the EDD. I don't want another shutdown, but I want everybody to be safe, which is always kind of the dilemma. Okay. God, I hope not. Okay. And plus, just like, I don't want people to get sick. I don't want, not even like the EDD. Like, I want us to all be healthy and well. You know what I mean? Okay. Vanessa says, I was told to file for a new year again via text. Makes no sense because my benefit year ended in March and I'm on the 29-week extension. Is this just a glitch? Ignore it completely. Thank you. Yes. If you've already filed a new claim, they just mass sent that out to everybody that potentially needed to try and file a new claim. And if you've already filed a new claim, you can just ignore that. However, you guys know what I'm going to say. If at any point you get stuck in pending, you are going to need to call them. Okay, Bruv says, with the state reopening, has the EDD made any press releases in regard to ending PEUC early? A friend of mine believes that it'll all end soon, but I keep saying September 4th as they plan. Yes, here, let's move the coldest water bottle just a little bit to show that California is still not made any comments about ending it early. And I have a video with 5 reasons, I think, about why I don't think that we'll end it early. A big part of it is that re-election with Gavin Newsom. He is not going to want to risk losing that. We're a blue Democratic state. I just don't see us ending those programs early. Our unemployment rate is still really high, too. It's not all of these red states. Let's see if I move this way so you guys can see more of the states that are in red that are ending this program early. So every state that's in red is planning on ending at least some of their unemployment programs early. But California isn't one, and a lot of the red states, not all of them, but a lot of them, their unemployment rates are already below 6%. Ours is still at 8.3%. We're going to get May's numbers soon, maybe next week. But with our unemployment rate still above 8.3%, us being a blue Democratic state, Gavin Newsom needing to win that re-election, I don't think we're ending those programs early. Edward says, got notice of eligibility to remain on pandemic emergency unemployment compensation extension. Have a balance, but Claimyr says 5/31/20. Any idea how long it takes them to change the new Claimyr? So this is actually a great question. It's coming up a lot. If you're going to stay on the extension, if you're not approved for a new claim, it's never going to update the start date of your claim. It's going to stay at 5/31/20, and it's going to say extension forever or until you qualify for a new claim. And if you don't qualify for a new claim, it's going to say on extension until September 4th. That will never update. Now, if you mean when's your claim balance going to update, you have to get to zero on whatever current balance you're on. Then they'll add the 29 weeks, but those 29 weeks are only going to take you to the week ending September 4th. Michael says, with California opening up tomorrow, have you heard anything from the Labor Department or EDD in regards to certifying for work? Hopefully they hold that off for a little bit longer. The last I've heard is that it's still waived. Someone did comment on one of my videos saying that they thought that you were going to have to look for 3 jobs. Sometimes you get a letter saying that you need to look for 3 jobs, but you don't actually. You should still hit yes that you're looking for work, but then when it actually gets to the page where you need to list where you applied, you can either hit skip or next and not list the places you applied. So for now, it's still waived. But the last 2 EDD news releases have had information on there about how to find a job and things like that do lead me to believe that they might reinstate it soon. But other states, even these red states, have given their residents about a month notice before they reinstated the work search. So I would imagine, but me imagining means absolutely nothing. I would imagine that California would do the same thing, that they would give us about a month notice before reinstating that. Okay. Chris says, you hope it's still September 4th. It is, as far as I know. I don't think California will end it early. I don't really think any of the Democratic states will end it early. Joel says, some people cannot certify online. The place to certify is missing. Telecert doesn't work for PUA or pandemic extension. It always works for the regular first weeks of UI. Yes, Telecert always will work for the regular first 26 weeks of unemployment. If you're not seeing the place to certify for benefits where you normally would, please check, log onto your home page, and then up top, it'll say home, history. See if there's a certify tab up there. I have heard some people having success by hitting that certify tab. I kind of want to log onto mine right now and see what mine says. But that's going to take too long, and I don't want to bog you guys down with that. Mike D says, do I think they'll end the $300 federal extension? Not early, but I do think September 4th. I don't think it will get extended past then. EJ Roland says, can I work and get EDD still? It depends. For a lot of my employees coming back, based on their benefit amount and their wage, they can work about 25 hours and still get unemployment. But my boss, she can only work about 10 hours and still get unemployment because she makes a lot of money. So those 10 hours add up to a lot. So I'm going to show you on this whiteboard that I'm cleaning off here how to calculate how much you can make and still get benefits. But you'll need to change the weekly benefit amount number to whatever your weekly benefit amount is, and then do this. So my weekly benefit amount was $450. You're going to multiply that by 1.33, and that equals, I'll do the actual math on the calculator here. Okay, 450 times 1.33 equals $598.50. But you need to make $1 from EDD to still get the $300 boost. So minus $1. So I could make up to $597.50. And I do think they round up. So you can actually earn up to $598 and still get $1 from your regular unemployment plus $300 boost. But again, you need to change your weekly benefit amount. And then to figure out how many hours you can work, you need to divide that amount by your hourly rate. So $597.50, let's say that you made minimum wage, which I want to say is $15, at least here in Los Angeles. So $5.98 divided by 15 equals, so you would almost work 40 hours, is 39.8666. So you could really almost work full time at minimum wage and not cross the $598 threshold. But again, you have to take it, your weekly benefit amount times 1.33, subtract $1 to get the maximum that you can make. So it depends on your wage and how many hours you're working. We're working with our employees. My employees have straight up come to me and they've said, Shelly, here's my weekly benefit amount. You know my hourly rate. How much can I work and still receive some benefits? So you might want to see if your employer will work with you. Okay, Lisa says, I had 7 weeks pending and the rep said it was because my new extension needed to be backdated. Now those weeks show not paid. Do you think they will change to paid on their own, or should I call? I don't mean to giggle. It's like a nervous laugh. I don't think that those are going to change on their own. I think you're going to have to call and get those switched to the correct claim for those to switch to paid. And I'm so sorry to say that. And I'm sorry that they didn't just take care of that for you when you initially called. All right, Master 4999 says, I'm on PUA. I'm moving in a couple weeks and I fear if and when I update my address, I will get flagged and get stuck in limbo forever. Should I keep my existing address or change it? You're right that it could get stuck in pending and it might be a little bit difficult, but I do recommend changing your address. And I think the order that I would do it in is first, whenever you move, I would update your driver's license. Then I would update your mailing address with the post office. Then once you have an ID that's going to match your physical address, that's when I would update your address on the EDD website. And I think that I've heard that the EDD will not accept forwarded addresses. So I don't think you can forward government mail. And I know it might cause some problems up front, but if you don't update it, it could cause some problems later. Let's see if I can try and get this coldest. Let me take a drink of water. And if you guys could like the video, I would love that. And it's going to be cold water because I put ice in there. And so it's super cold because this bottle keeps things super cold. Okay. Katya says, I reapplied over a week ago today. I received a letter with a new weekly benefit amount. Does this mean I'll soon be getting payments? Not necessarily. Sometimes you'll actually get a letter with a weekly benefit amount, and then later you'll get a letter that says determination of invalid claim, letter 1277. And if at any point you get that letter, it means that you're not actually going to be moved on to the new claim. Plus, when you file for a new claim, the whole claim, the new one and the old one, go to a third party for review. They're looking for fraud. The review process can take anywhere between 2 and 6 weeks to complete. After about week 3, it does seem like you're able to call the EDD and have them push those payments through, but you might get stuck on pending for a little while, unfortunately. You might need to call to get it moving again. Hi, little Rambo. I lost my place. EJ, you're welcome for the math. Oh, hi, Blue-Eyed Female. Oh, she's reminding everybody to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate that to keep up on the latest EDD drama. I actually trolled them a little bit on Twitter. I think I'm going to make a video about that. I was naughty. I couldn't contain myself. They're jerks. Akila, you're welcome. Sean says call in, try calling early 8 a.m. sharp or try 1 p.m. You guys over on TikTok, and I made a video today and I think it confused people, so I might have to go live over on TikTok after I'm here. A TikTok representative from the EDD commented on one of my videos over there, and they said that the best time to call is between 2:30 and 4, and Tuesday through Saturday are better days. Okay, I'm scrolling back up because I lost short dog. How long is it to hear from the judge ruling? I think you told me that you have your appeal date set, so you should hear in the mail about no more than 10 business days. after you have your hearing. Oh, blue-eyed female. Oh, up in the Sierra Mountains near Pinecrest. Not sure how great your internet connection is. Might fall off. That's great. Enjoy your vacation. It's nice to see you pop in. Blue-eyed female's moderating for me while she can, and that's just out of the kindness of her heart, which is super nice. And it's great to see you in here. Great that you're able to relax a little bit. Let's see here. Big Pun says, the pending weeks that were never paid just got put in your account Monday morning. And you're welcome. I'm so glad to hear that, and thank you for sharing. Okay, Cindy says hello. Linda says, still no news on the quarterly reviews coming up. I know me and Jenny will report on this accurately. If we are pending due to this, this may be the last hurdle to deal with aside from mass pending. Yes. So in July, the EDD is going to do quarterly reviews on people's claims that are considered grandfathered. A grandfathered claim is a claim that's older than a year. And they're not really going to send out an email or any notification that they're doing these quarterly reviews. At least that's how they've done it in the past. They haven't let anybody know. People's claims are just stuck on pending. And then when they call, they're like, oh, that's because you're stuck on a quarterly review. No, that doesn't work. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to best promote the coldest water bottle. Who is sponsoring this video? I feel like their name's getting cut off. Anyway, if you want one of these water bottles, 10% off your whole order with the code millions, or you could enter their weekly giveaway for a free water bottle. Giovanni says hello. Sean says hello. Toya, hello. Jennifer says, I go back to work, but it's only a part-time job. I'm on PUA. Will I still qualify for benefits, even if it's not full-time? Possibly. Jennifer, please let me know in the comments down below. Did you see the example that I gave on how to figure out if you'll still qualify for benefits once you return to work or not? Oscar, you're welcome. Justine, great news. After 13 pending weeks, after last night's stream, 7 weeks moved to paid. You are so welcome. That makes me so happy to hear, you guys. I really want to help you guys. I know sometimes I'm slanging the coldest water bottle or promoting Webull or whatever. And that's because I was scared I wasn't going to return to work. I was like, I got to figure out how to make some money off of this. I make a little money off AdSense. It's not a lot. And I would love to keep doing this, but really, really beyond all that, it just makes me happy to know that you guys are getting paid, and you guys helped me as much as I helped you. You guys gave me a reason to get up, get dressed, have purpose during the quarantine. And it really makes me happy to know that you guys are getting paid. And so that's great. We could definitely use all the good news. Okay. Jennifer. No, we got Jennifer's. So Giovanni says, I have a payment pending since 4/10. What should I do? Definitely. I saw some of the advice in the comments was to call, and that would be my advice as well. You guys can also try Ask EDD or the Contact Us feature from your UI Online homepage. I know that doesn't usually get a response either, but it never hurts to try. And if you just really can't get through to the EDD, you can reach out to your assembly member and see if they're able to push your payments through to paid. One thing that I do recommend is if you're reaching out to your assembly member, I recommend email. That way there's a written trail of when you reached out to them and what their response was. Make sure whether you're calling a rep or reaching out to your assembly member that you use the terms financial hardship. Say, I'm experiencing financial hardship because I haven't been paid in 4 weeks, 5 weeks, 6 weeks, however many weeks your weeks are. Sometimes that gives them tools to help push the payments through a little bit faster. Sean, it's all good with your benefits due to my words of wisdom. It's probably more due to your persistence and probably calling and finally getting through. But nonetheless, I'm very glad that you're paid as well. Safi says, due to drastically reduced hours because of COVID-19, I'm experiencing financial hardship and will be moving in with my sister. Do you think I can get unemployment benefits? Definitely try applying and mention that the reduced hours are a direct result of COVID-19 and see if you qualify. If you were working 40 hours and now you're only working 10 hours, you might qualify. It never hurts to apply and see. Okay. Yvette says, you certified from 411 4 times, 8 weeks, and only got paid for the last 2. Will I ever get the other 6 weeks paid without talking to a rep? I just can't get through. It sounds like maybe they moved you to a new claim and you need to have that new claim backdated. So there is an Ask EDD feature to have your claim backdated. That is the way they recommend. And if you're just over calling, try emailing your assembly member and seeing if they're able to help push those payments through. And even though I do like and recommend Claimyr, I have the discount link pinned as a comment up there. It saves you $5 if you want to try them. What was I going to say about that? I also have tips for calling the EDD for free, which are called Tuesday through Saturday, not Monday or Sunday, because they're too busy those days. So Tuesday through Saturday, 2:30 p.m. to 4 p.m. If you can, after the long intro message, quickly hit 134. It doesn't work every time, but it does work sometimes, so it's worth a try. And reach out to your assembly member on that to see if they can help you get those paid. Spell legacy like death. I still love the name. John says you have the same question as Yvette. You are gonna have to reach someone, and it can be that they moved you to a new claim, and you just need to request backdating. So hopefully the tips that I just gave to her also help you. Baraj, I don't know if Baraj. I don't know if I said your name wrong, right? If I said it wrong, I apologize. I filed a new claim. My payment is 3 weeks pending. So again, it probably is time to call. At 3 weeks, they should be able to push those payments through, especially if you mentioned financial hardship. If you just cannot get through, try reaching out to your assembly member. Robin says, on PEUC, still have a claim balance for the last 2 weeks. I can't claim benefits, no option, called today, and the reps couldn't help. Transferred me to a specialist, but got disconnected. I'm so sorry about that. I do recommend calling again or reaching out to your assembly member. Mickey, thank you so much for the donation. That's very generous. I really appreciate that. When you hit zero balance, your PEUC extension on 13 weeks, what would be the next extension, the 11 weeks or the 29 weeks? So the PEUC extension that's 13 weeks, that was the first PEUC extension. The next PEUC extension is the 11-week extension. That's going to say extension tier 2 under payment type. And if you call the EDD, a representative might refer to that as PEUX. So your next one is 11 weeks. And if you just hit zero, I think I counted the other day, I don't think the 11-week extension will quite take you through September 4th. So I think you'll go through that 11 weeks. That claim balance will hit zero. Then you'll get 1 week of the 29-week extension, which sometimes reps will call PEUY. PEUY, what else was I going to say about that? And under payment type for that third PEUC extension, it says extension tier 2 augmentation. So yeah, if you just hit zero, if I haven't counted wrong, 11 weeks will take you to the week before September 4th. So 1 week on the next extension, PEUY, extension tier 2 augmentation, the 29-week extension that will take you through September 4th. And again, thank you for the donation. They should also move you automatically to that next extension. But if they don't, if you're not able to certify again in 2 weeks, then you would need to call them. So normally after the claim balance hits zero, it would be normal to see the maximum benefits paid message. Your claim balance stays at zero all the way until your next certification cycle. And then on that next certification cycle is when you would see the claim balance increase. And if that doesn't happen, unfortunately, you would need to call the EDD. Okay. And again, thank you. So yeah, Robin, you might need to call the EDD again since you got disconnected, or since that's really difficult, try reaching out to your assembly member and seeing if they can help you push the payments through. There's a bug on my computer. I think I must smush it. I did it. Oh, I don't know where the bug came from. He's gone now. Okay. 430 Tree says, I got paid for 8 weeks, then certified, and now it's pending 4 weeks. If you've been pending 4 weeks, you've got to call them. That's too long. Or reach out to your assembly member. Cece Girl says, FYI, you haven't worked in 18 months. Your claim ended 6/5. The next day, you were awarded 29 weeks, $13K, and it says to certify 6/20. Claim balance is 0 as of now. When will they update my balance? So just like we said in the last answer, it's not going to update until you certify again, but it is a very good sign that you see the next date that you can certify. You should be able to certify again with no problems. And right after you certify, that's when that claim balance should go up. I'm at 908 in the comments. Blue-eyed female just reminding everybody to like the video. Thank you so much. And subscribe if you're not already. I would really appreciate it. Share the video also is helpful. Hi, Bad Grandpa. You have a question. It's a little off topic. Do you know if you get a 1099 job, as long as you pay your taxes, will it affect your SSI when you retire? Like in terms of counting as income in order to like increase your Social Security amount? I believe it does. But so, okay, my mom actually was self-employed for a very long time. She's disabled now, so she gets SSI disability, so SSD. She has disability money. And she, for a very long time, she sold stuff at the swap meet. So that's an all cash business. So she just didn't have the money, quite honestly, to pay taxes. So an all cash business, she reported the minimum, and so it doesn't count very much. So it depends on, how you're reporting it on your taxes. And if you reported that you made $60,000 from your self-employment, then that would equate to like a regular job. But if you're reporting $10, that's not going to go very much towards your Social Security amount. Social Security, they average, or they take your 35 highest earning years. And the big thing there is you want to make sure that you don't have any zeros in those years. So you want to make sure that you have at least 35 years of work history before you file for Social Security. And one day I got to do a video on my mom's finances because I think it's really interesting. And a cautionary tale. Big Pun says this. So the September 4th lands on a Saturday. Can I certify for that week on the 5th on Sunday? Yes, that's actually what's going to happen. September 4th and Saturday, we'll certify for that on Sunday, September 5th. There is a possibility. Someone asked what happens if you're on the opposite week certification cycle. So if you couldn't certify for the following week, they would just pay you 1 week, and then that second week would not be paid. And I'm not sure yet if they're going to actually have people certify the week after September 4th, or if they'll just cut it off and they'll have everybody certify on September 5th. If they have everybody certify on September 5th, I would not be surprised if the computer glitches that day. Johnny Wick says, you were just wondering, since we're opening tomorrow here in California, are movie theaters back to 100% capacity? Thank you. You don't watch the news. Well, that's an interesting question. So we're kind of waiting to find out. I'm here in Los Angeles County. Los Angeles County has said, quote, we plan on falling in line with what California's guidelines are, but each county actually can have stricter guidelines than what the state sets in place. So we're like waiting to see. Personally, our theater, the one I work for, will not be opening at 100% capacity tomorrow, Tuesday, not Wednesday or Thursday. We do anticipate that the official guidance will be released between Tuesday and Thursday, and that by Friday, we anticipate to be open at 100% capacity. One of the requirements for movie theaters to reopen was that you had to have reserved seating, which we actually did anyway, but we're actually not putting things on sale because we don't know what the seating chart's going to look like. We don't want to block, I don't know. We think we're going to be at 100% capacity, but we're really waiting for more official instructions. Employees are going to still need to wear masks, at least for now, from what I understand. SexEd says, if you change your address on EDD site, how long does it take for it to update and receive a card? So you might not need to receive if you already have your old card, it would just stay your old card. It wouldn't necessarily give you a new card just because you switch addresses. It would only give you a new card if you said you lost your old card. I hope that made sense. Savannah says, I certified on PEUC. When will I get paid? It still says pending. So it really depends. If you certified this morning and it still says pending, it might not switch to paid till later tonight or tomorrow morning. If you certified yesterday and it hasn't switched to paid yet, could mean that there's a problem and that you need to call the EDD. Okay. Oops, Savannah's asking the question a lot of times. Guys, if I don't answer your question right away, please give it at least 15 minutes before you ask again. Chris says, it's been 3 weeks since I had my phone interview, still pending, can never get through to EDD, so I finally reached out to my assembly member today, hoping you'll get an update from them at least. Yes, me too. I'm sending you happy fix your EDD claim positive thoughts. I hope that, Laura, I skipped you. Okay, let me go back up. Also, if I skip you guys, if you could just retype your question. I never skip anybody on purpose unless I tell you that I've reached the point in the stream where I'm skipping. Laura. Oh. Laura, I definitely don't see your question. So if you could ask it again, that would be amazing. Sometimes I think people troll and say that they asked a question just so that I have to skip around. Okay. Let's see here. Now I'm scrolling back down. Sorry, guys. You guys know when I lose my place, if you could please like the video, I would appreciate it. Cadix. Did we do that one? I don't think so. I think that's a new name. Says, I'm scared because I'm about to work 20 hours a week and hopefully EDD gives me some money still. So hopefully, Cadix, you were on when I did the math example. If not, let me know if you need to know how to calculate how much you can earn and still get some benefits. I wondered, I haven't seen you in a chat in a while. Oh, shoot, and I just lost my place. Dang it. I'm going to get there. I'm going to get back. Shoot. Okay, we're going to get there. I see that Amy left me some moon and some stars and some hearts. I appreciate that. Justine left me some hearts. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Cadix is helping Savannah. It will take 3 to 4 weeks. Even though you're paid, you still need to wait for your EDD card to transfer money through your account. If it's a brand new unemployment claim, it's actually supposed to only take 10 business days to get your EDD debit card. Keep in mind, we recently had Memorial Day, so that will delay it by a few days. Really should be about 10 business days. I know at one point it was taking almost 21 business days to get those EDD debit cards. At this point, it should still be it should be back down to 10 days. EJ's saying to call right when they open at 8 a.m. and you have to spam them to get them to help you at the 148 mark. Hit pound 24 to get on the line faster. I have heard pound 24 is a good tip before. I have not personally tested that out. I've only done the quickly entering 134. I have had a lot of people say that they have good luck getting through to the EDD at 8 a.m. When I first started making unemployment videos, I never recommended people to call at 8 a.m. because that's what all the advice said. Call as soon as they open, call as soon as they open, call as soon as they open. And I was like, well, if everybody's calling right when they open, it must be really hard to get through. And then I had so many people tell me that they had good luck getting through right when the EDD opened at 8 o'clock. And I actually had one call that got through pretty fast at about 8:13 in the morning. But now that it's harder to get through again, and I had that rep tell me on TikTok that between 2:30 and 4 was the best time, I tend to believe that. I still tend to think that at 8 a.m., right when they open, is when everybody's calling, and it might still be harder to get through then. But maybe some of the reps are just lagging, actually logging on online. So maybe as they come online and clock in to work from working remotely, maybe as they come online, they're able to take calls. Basically, just don't call after 6, because after 6 p.m., there's too many people holding to get through. Okay. All right. You guys helping each other in the comments. I love that. Ayo says, how did you answer job search if you looked but didn't apply? So it would depend. Like if you didn't apply because they're not hiring, that's actually an option in the drop-down menu. So let's say that you applied at my movie theater. I'm not going to tell you which one, but like just move. Let's say you applied at AMC, right? And you go on their website and it says we are not currently accepting applications. So you can actually just put amc.com that you applied on or that you looked online, and that the result of the application was not hiring. So if you go online and it says not currently accepting applications, that is an acceptable, that counts as a work search as long as you legitimately looked. Okay. Thank you, Susan. You say I look happy. You guys, today I had a lot of work to do. I worked a 10-hour shift at the theater. It was nice. I love coming on and helping you guys, but it was nice not feeling rushed. It was nice to not feeling like I was leaving work behind to try and do this. And it was nice not even trying to connect to my weird work internet. So yeah, it was nice. I feel a little bit more relaxed and less rushed than I have the last couple of weeks on Monday when I've been doing this. NC, thank you for the donation. Do I know any details about the June 15th reopening? Will theaters go back to full capacity masks? Someone actually just asked that. So in terms of masks, Los Angeles County hasn't officially said, but some counties have officially said. So fully vaccinated people don't have to wear masks. Let's see, I screenshotted something. This is terrible. But I definitely screenshotted it because I thought it was funny. I actually sent this to my boss. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it. Okay. It says, AMC, which I do not work for AMC, but it says the fully vaccinated and liars will be able to attend movies without masks, because basically most theaters, and I don't know what my theater's plan is yet. I think they're going to let us know like tomorrow morning, but most theaters are going to rely on the guest or customer's self-attestation that they're vaccinated, to the extent where if someone comes in without a mask, we're just going to assume that they're vaccinated and that they know that they're vaccinated. I think that's the plan. I don't quite know. All businesses have 3 options. One, you can have like a vaccination validation system in place, but businesses, I would be very surprised if they did that, because you're not really allowed to ask about people's health. It's protected by HIPAA. So plus it's time consuming. So I don't think businesses are going to do that. 2, you can just take their word for it on an honor system. And 3, you can just require that people wear masks at your business. It's your business. You're allowed to say, hey, to enter my business, you need to wear a mask. That would create so many problems for businesses. As it is, it's been a little bit of a struggle. People have been really good about it. Most people are like, oh my God, I didn't mean to come out of the auditorium with my mask off. But right now, the guidelines are that you have to be seated in the auditorium and eating to take your mask off. So people will come out to the bathroom and they'll forget to put their mask back up over their nose, and we have to remind them. Most theaters are planning on going to 100% capacity. Mine isn't until the earliest Friday. We're waiting on official guidance from LA County. We have to abide by something called Appendix X. So we're waiting for that. But yeah, you guys, can you let me know in the chat, does that make you more likely to go to the movies, or does it make it less likely to go to the movies now that they're going to allow 100% occupancy? Because I think I've mentioned that we're a little slower than we hoped we'd be since we reopened. And I'm nervous that actually allowing 100% capacity might make people nervous. Like if I'm sitting, I talked about India earlier, if I'm sitting this close to a customer, do I trust and they're not wearing a mask? Do I trust that they're not going to sneeze on me? I don't know. I'm worried that it's going to actually discourage some people from coming to the movie. So let me know what you guys think. Brenda, thank you for the donation. You got disqualified, but a week after that decision, you got a notice that I qualify for the pandemic unemployment extension. So I don't know what to do. Was it the one, don't donate again. I appreciate that donation, but let me know in the comments. Was it the 1277 notice of invalid claim, or did you actually see one of your payments say disqualified? What can happen if one of your payments says disqualified is it can actually be, and this would not be any fault of your own, but the EDD, when you go on to certify, can be bringing the wrong claim up for you to certify on, which can cause it to say disqualified. And you do need to call the EDD to have the payments that say disqualified move those certifications onto the right claim. And again, this isn't your fault because when you go to certify, it just automatically brings up the claim for you to certify. You don't get to pick which claim you want to certify on. So I do recommend calling them in your situation. And if you cannot get through, reach out to your assembly member because it does sound like you qualify for the extension. Really, unless there's like blatant fraud being committed, everyone should qualify for some sort of benefits through the week ending September 4th. Oh, Andy, hello, you're in here. It's good to see you. And Black Dragon Jazz gave me a flower, a rainbow, a mask, and a party hat. Woo! Thank you. And that made Andy smile. Yes. So glad that Andy is okay. Troubles. Please help. In December, you got disqualified regards to ID verification. Recently, they opened a new department ID verification, got it fixed, and was back paid a few weeks for January. February, and they owe you 11 weeks. You certified, and then it went to not paid. I certified this last Sunday and only got paid for my recent certification. Okay, so one of the things I would recommend doing is calling. The other thing is if you somehow got moved to a new claim, you might need to use Ask EDD to request that your claim get backdated. And it sounds like throughout this process that the EDD has kind of messed up your claim through no fault of your own. And a lot of times when the claims get really messy, that is something that the assembly members seem to be pretty good at helping with. So what I recommend, I've got the link in the description of this video, is emailing your assembly member. If you email, you have a written trail, and make sure to let them know that you're experiencing financial hardship and say, hey, I'm experiencing financial hardship because I have 11 weeks of unemployment benefits that have not been paid. Is there anything that you can do to help me get paid faster? And guys, I did start sort of skipping around a little bit. Let's see here. CMAP says I certified today, but only for 1 week. Week 2 said NA. Any idea why? Yes, that is almost always because you're switching between one PEUC extension to the next, or from regular unemployment to a PEUC extension. So what happens is you had enough, most likely in your claim balance, only to pay you out for the first week, but not the second week. So usually what happens is you might see the maximum benefits paid message. You actually should be able to certify again this coming Sunday. When you certify again this coming Sunday, that's when it'll pay you for the previous week and this week. So you should be able to certify Sunday for 2 weeks and get all caught up again. It'll just put you on a different certification cycle. Okay, let's see. Let's read. Andy's got 4 parts here. Let's do Andy's. Do I know if Florida has picked up their $300 a week? Florida is ending the $300 a week weekly boost. I can tell you the date on that. I like to use Unemployment PUA website to get caught up on all of that. So that's Unemployment PUA. And I gotta take off my glasses. Why is this? Okay. Little print, I have to take off my glasses. The early program termination tracking. Florida is ending the $300 a week weekly boost on June 26th. So what is that? That's not this Saturday, but next Saturday is the end of their $300 weekly boost. They will not be ending PUA and PEUC until the week ending September 5th, though. So I guess that's good. But yeah, Florida $300 weekly boost ends June 26th. Okay. Andy's sharing his story with us, and I really appreciate that. Just wanted to let you know that you have great news. Not only are you going to win your custody case, but all the state workers said they are on my side for being a father. Yes, that is so great. Andy's fighting for custody of his son. I'm trying to be in his baby's life, which is so amazing. I did not grow up with a father. I don't know if you heard that the other day. So I just think it's great that you're fighting for him. They said the mother of your child is wrong for taking him away from you. You also got accepted for truck driving school, and you're going to go do that. That is amazing. That's a good living. Like, I think it's hard. You have to drive a lot of hours. And you know what always, sorry to get sidetracked. You know those clearance signs on the freeway? I'm a little ditzy when it comes to stuff like that. I feel like I would totally get my truck stuck under one of those low clearance things. Don't go through the drive-through either, because those also have low clearances. Okay, part 3 on Andy's story. You get paid to go to Stockton for school to get your Class A and to get your hazmat license all in one. Before that, you also have a job lined up. Man, you're doing really good, Andy. What a difference a day makes, they say. Part 4. You're welcome for keeping everyone updated. You can't wait to have your son and raise him and be able to make more than enough money to make his dreams possible. He's going to go to college. You know what? You can't dictate what your kids do. I think loving him is enough. Money's not important. It's nice, but the love is what's important. My mom is broke AF, and I love her to death. And sometimes not having money actually forces you to be really creative, and I feel like that makes the memories with your family. Bartholomew, good to see you in here. Yes, I am doing well. I'm skipping around again. Susan. Oh, wait, we did that one. So let me scroll down again. Mike D says, do I have to upload documents when I start a new claim in July? Most likely. If you haven't uploaded identity verification documents, most people are being asked to do that at this point. Bro, you capping. Love the name again. To get to be moved from PEUY from regular PEUC, will I receive my payments soon? You should. If you're just switching from one PEUC extension to the next, all of that should happen automatically. Your claim balance stays at 0 for 2 weeks. After the 2 weeks is up and you certify again, that's when the claim balance should go up. If it doesn't happen like that, though, unfortunately, you do need to call. Ria says, you got your customer account number in the mail, but when you go to register it so you can certify online, it says error doesn't match. Trust me, it's all correct. Is this actually a new account number? Because sometimes when we file these new claims, they give us a new account number, but it's actually the same account number. If you totally can't get in, Jenny Silver actually has a really great video about 25 numbers to call. It might be an IT issue. They might need to reset your password and things like that. So you might actually need to call the IT department. Okay, let's see here. Oh, Vernon. They'll uncover that you weren't qualified all along and have to pay out all back payments made to me. At this point, you'd rather caught and not gamble. Let's see here at the beginning of your thing. Vernon says, you got a hold of a tier 1 rep Sunday, and he shared the reason I haven't been paid since May was because I flagged the reason was inadequate from last June. You're afraid if you speak to someone, you'll uncover that you weren't qualified all along. You'll have to... Okay, so Vernon, yours is complicated. I would still try and get your payments, even if for some reason you weren't qualified for regular unemployment, like if you didn't have enough earnings or wages history, you should still qualify for PEUC unemployment. So it would be very unlikely that you would owe everything back, even if they found out that they overpaid you. You might owe the difference between the minimum PEUC amount and whatever your weekly benefit amount was. But if it's no fault of your own, you could request an overpayment waiver. That would normally, you would normally need to appeal an overpayment, and that could be a very timely process. But yeah, if they paid you and it wasn't your fault, you should be able to get that overpayment waived. Hello, Ghost Rider. Ronnie, if it's been 11 weeks, you've got to call them or email your assembly member or both. Luis, I'm not sure there's a 4th stimulus check. Okay, I'm scrolling around now because we're about the last 10 minutes. And I do have to take my mom to a doctor's appointment tomorrow, so I got to get up early. Chris says the Cinemark Theater in Orange is showing full capacity, no social distancing. I got to check that out because my boss did ask me to check out our competitors. Orange is in Orange County, though, I think, right? Or San Bernardino County. It's not Los Angeles County. And Los Angeles County, for some reason, is lagging. Like, I wish that they would say on our official site that we're open at 100% capacity. We won't do it until at least Friday, probably because love our IT guys. They're awesome. Love you guys. But I'm not sure that they know how to change our seating charts that quickly. I think it's going to take them a little time. Vanessa says, this is your first time joining the live. Hopefully you're still in here. It's about 20 minutes. And you're just thanking me. Let me know if you have a question. And I'm glad that you could join the live. Okay. Michael, glad that you're catching the live too. I guess maybe 9 p.m. is not a bad time to do these. Danny says, on the plus side, you got a job from Monday to Friday and you start next week. You have savings, so I'll be able to survive. You'd love your money though. Yeah, you guys don't give up your money. Even if you go back to work, the EDD, and you've had all these pending payments, the EDD needs to pay you for all the time when you weren't working. So don't drop pursuing that. I know that if you're back to work and you're working in 9 to 5, it may not be fun to spend your Saturday calling the EDD to get your payments, but for some people it's a crazy amount of money. So it is worth pursuing. Don't let them not pay you. Like get your bag, get your money. Okay. Jukebox 60 says, I'm on PEUC and haven't been paid since December, despite numerous phone calls and several attempts to contact my assemblyman. Unfortunately, I don't have advice outside of that. Have you emailed the assemblyman? What have they said in writing to you? Most of the time I recommend the senators and the assemblyman and not a senator, but you might want to try reaching out to the senator. You might even want to try the governor's office. And my heart just breaks for people that have not been paid since December. That's crazy. All right. Alan says, you applied for a new claim 3 weeks ago and you received a letter with my weekly benefit amount, but I haven't been approved yet. Should I wait 2 more weeks? I wouldn't. After about 3 weeks from when you file a new claim, if it hasn't let you certify and been paid after that point, that's when I would call the EDD, because I've had so many of my viewers tell me that after about the 3-week mark of being pending, if you call the EDD, especially if you say you're experiencing financial hardship, they're able to push the payments through. I worry because, like, even though I did YouTube through the whole pandemic, if they wouldn't have paid me for even 2 weeks, and especially 3, it would have messed up all of my bills, and to wait 5 weeks would have really messed them up. And so I don't want you guys to get further behind. So I do recommend calling out about 3 weeks after you file that new claim. I think it's time, and they should be able to push that through. Mark says, oh, you start back to work on Monday. Same company you were at when the pandemic started last March. Me too. I'm sorry. I'm happy. I'm not sure what the answer is. Some of my employees, I'm not sure, are really happy to have been called back to work, but I know a lot of us are happy to be off this roller coaster. So, and I think in September, it's going to be really hard to find a job when everybody gets done with unemployment. That's when everybody's really going to start looking, and that's going to be really tough. So I do think in the long run, it's going to be better to go back to a job if they ask you back now. With that said, if it is not the job of your dreams, pursue looking for another job that actually really makes you happy. I think that's what a lot of us learned in this pandemic, is maybe that we were a bit undervalued where we were working, or maybe we'd be happier doing something else. So really, don't give up on those dreams. I really want everybody to have their best job and live their best life, not just settle for something. But I want us all to pay our bills also. So that's sometimes a tough balance, and I understand that. Danny says, what can I do if my claim has a data issue? A rep told me that only the tech department can remove that issue. Jenny Silver has a video. You're going to type in 25 numbers to call, and that number will have the tech support department for the EDD, and call them and see if they can clear up your claim. Brenda says you got disqualified, but then a week after you got a notice that you qualified for pandemic unemployment. Should I call or appeal? I would recommend calling over appealing. That appeal process can take up to 6 months. It took my friend 15 weeks. So 4, 8, 12, that's at least 3 months. Call, and then if they recommend that you appeal, that's when I would appeal. But first, see if it's something they can help you with over the phone, and then ask for a tier 2 rep. Pauline. Oh, hello, Pauline. I think Pauline's sending Andy good wishes. RamsGod23 says, if you're on the 29-week extension and getting the federal boost, since it's ending in September for now, are you going to keep getting the boost till the 29 weeks are exhausted? No. Program completely disappears September 4th. The only programs that will be available are regular unemployment. So if you didn't qualify for a new claim right now, when your benefit year ended, unless you work from now till September, you're not going to qualify for a new claim in September. Or potentially, if the unemployment rate is still high enough in September, and we don't know if it will be or not, you could potentially qualify for Fed Ed. Fed Ed is not available to people on PUA claims, and the unemployment rate, this is not an exact number. I'm estimating it can be a tiny bit lower based on the past 2 years unemployment averages, but it's roughly 6%. Let's say between 5.5 and 6% unemployment rate to still have Fed Ed be in place. I tend to think our unemployment rate will still be that high because as of April, it was still 8.3%. We should be getting May's numbers pretty soon. Patricia, I don't think they're going to extend the extra 300. They might, but I just don't see it. Vippy Sue, I'm probably not saying your name right, but it's fun to say. Vippy Sue, you reapplied, and they've been switching me back and forth from new unemployment to PEUC tier 2 extensions so many times they've broken my claim. Now there's no record of my new claim, and I'm not able to certify. Reach out to your assembly member. Sometimes this kind of stuff does happen. It happened with my mom with her disability claim. And it's been 7 years and they still haven't fixed it. Sometimes these reps, in trying to fix things, really dig you into a hole, and it's very difficult to get out of. Try enlisting the help of your assembly member and seeing if they can help you. I have the link in the description of this video. Email them. That way there's a written trail of what you've told them and what they've told you. Oh dear. No. What's my phone doing? Okay. No, it's my watch. Which is also my phone. Yeah, Jenny Silver has a video called 25 EDD numbers. I bet if you type in Jenny with a J, it will pop up, but it is Jenny with a G. Jenny Silver, 25 best numbers. Because it's so funny. I should probably have, she has like a moderator that like drops all the links and stuff. But like, it's funny because I need a moderator to drop links for her channel in my video. That's the one I recommend, I think most probably from her. That, and like, I know we get frustrated with unemployment a lot, and everybody wants to file a class action lawsuit, but you actually can't. It's not allowed. She did a video with an attorney that I really love. Danny, don't abandon me though entirely for Jenny Silver. She makes really great videos on unemployment though as well. Oh, Philadeacons. I don't think I got to your question. I probably skipped it. So can you ask it again? And then Kay says, so they never did the ID me thing because you've been on unemployment for years, off and on, because you work in the industry. So I think they got all my info. If if they haven't asked you, that's good. They might at one point. Oh, good night, Angel Sirs. I'm skipping around. Let's see. Shoot, I think I missed someone's question that is following up. You're welcome, Vippy Sue. Kate says, I reapplied once and have gotten 3 letters that I have applied for a new claim. Is anyone else having this problem? What should I do? I would ignore those letters. I wouldn't follow up on it until your claim gets stuck on pending. And after your claim gets stuck on pending, that's when I'd call. Michael. I don't know. I'm not saying it right. It's your first time watching. You tried to reopen your claim and filled it out, but after a week, it just said reopen your claim again. What should I do? Is it processing? It's really frustrating when it says reopen claim. Generally, reopen claim is different than filing a new claim. So the reopen claim button is usually a glitch unless you did actually like return to work for about 4 weeks, not certify, and then you log back on and you need to certify again after about 4 weeks. That's what the reopen claim button should be. So if that's there, that's most likely a glitch. If you recently filed a new claim and your payments are stuck on pending and not switching to paid, that's usually because the new claim goes to a third party for review. It can take between 2 and 6 weeks to complete that review. But after about week 3, you should be able to call the EDD and they should be able to push those payments through. Now, if you're just meaning to say that you filed a new claim and now it's telling you to file a new claim again, if you know that you recently filed a new claim, you can just ignore that second message telling you to file a new claim again. Denise said you called your assembly and they paid you 5 weeks and 2 days. Yes, that is why both myself and Jenny Silver, we both recommend reaching out to your assembly members. Oftentimes, your assembly member will get back to you within 2 days and then get your claim cleared up within 4 days. There's other times when they're not able to help that quickly, but like when they can help, they like really help and seem to get it through quickly. Okay. All right. I'm going to do like 2 more questions and then that's Bubba Vask. Can you ask yours again? Just ask it again right now, please. Okay. And I wonder says you have a balance, but have been pending since 6/1. I thought I reapplied through a tier 2 representative, so not sure why it's pending. You did receive an email saying to reapply. In that case, I would probably call them again or see if it'll let you file a new claim online. If it lets you, maybe it didn't go through properly the first time. And I'm so sorry about that. Life with Jason says, anything on the refund on unemployment? So that refund, no, if you filed head of household, that doesn't necessarily mean you're not going to get it. But when did you file your taxes, because if it was after March 12th, a lot of programs like TurboTax and H&R Block already updated their software to reflect the changes in the law. So it's really only people that really filed their taxes early that are going to be getting an adjustment. February. Oh yeah, so that would be you. You should be getting an adjustment. So head of household, it just might be taking a little bit longer. I wouldn't give up on it, but it just, they just probably haven't processed it yet. Okay. Phil Adkins. Oh my God, I always mess up your name. Phil Adkins is what I keep saying. Phil Adkins. My goodness, I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm slow sometimes. Okay, I don't know. Your claim ended in April. You did extra work on a film and on a TV show while you were on EDD. I made about $3,000 and didn't report all of it. I had to file a new claim and I got form DE 238 asking for additional information. Will my new claim most likely be disqualified? Not necessarily. You might get an overpayment notice, and then you would need to square that away before they move you on to a new claim. Also, yeah, $3,000 probably would be enough to qualify you for a new claim, or at least make it so that you needed to reapply. So, yeah, just be honest with them and then go from there. But not just completely disqualified. You might have to take a little time to an overpayment notice is when they're like, hey, we overpaid you on the week ending 3/15 because you failed to report $3,000 in wages or something like that. And then they tell you how much you owe them, and then you need to call them and make payment. You potentially would need to pay them the difference unless the overpayment was no fault of your own, and then you could appeal the overpayment, but that process also takes a long time. Teddy MC. So unless you're, that would affect your taxes potentially. Selling stocks, unless that's your full-time job, and some people actually have been trading stocks enough that it would affect their unemployment, but unless that's earned income, or unless you're taking distributions out of your 401k, it shouldn't mess with your unemployment. You would not need to report that. But again, I'm not a tax professional, so check with your tax professional. Okay. Scotty just got off work. Happy third week of your new job. And glad you stopped in. T. Marie says, I didn't work at all last year. Will they auto reapply me? They're supposed to, but I never fully trust the EDD when they say that. They are sending out emails. I'll show you, your text messages or messages in your UI online account or actual letters. The text message that they say, if they've automatically replied for you, says, EDD alert. Your claim has expired, but you do not need to reapply. We processed federal extension weeks on your claim. Continue to certify for benefits. Type stop to opt out, help for more info. So if you get that text message, then you shouldn't. It should mean that everything's automatic. If you get stuck on pending for more than 2 weeks, then I do recommend calling. Someone called me billions up there. Thank you, Steve. Okay. And I am going to head out for the evening. I hope soon that everyone's unemployment claim clears up and that you guys all get paid. It was nice talking with you all this evening, and I'll see you next time.